Ball running up the inside of the foot to the outside of the shoulder. Those are the things I look for. It's piped. This is the anti-slide. Just for a player, Christian's tendency, it gets a little bit this way in the driver swing. Okay, and then the head has to drop back, and that's where you get that look right here. This right here helps your left hip not slide forward. So it's we have a big slope here. And all it's doing is it's taking my hip and turning it back and helping me rotate behind the golf ball and not charge it. Kind of gives me a feeling of hitting up on it. Okay, you see how I can't get there? It's good, it helps me rotating in place. That was crushed, you see that thing? Mm-hmm. And the cool thing about it was it really helped the angle of attack. See how the tee stayed in the ground? Yeah. I didn't hit into it. I swung right through the equator of the golf ball. Really good for you right here. I have some of my players who tend to go this way hard. This is a nice drill because it makes it almost nearly impossible. You have to rotate more off the inside of this foot and not into the outside of it. Does that make sense, Christian? Yeah. Okay, buddy, show me what this looks like. Watch the immediate improvement this guy gets here, okay? So, a couple swings were made earlier, and Christian was hitting some low bullets. They were fine, but just some low bullets, and it's just his tendency of his lower body sliding. So this is gonna really help him open up and hit up. Oh, hey, piped.
Yeah.
And high. Tell our viewer, what was the main difference of being on this big uphill slope?
It kind of forced me not to lean and just go that way.
Absolutely.
Kind of forced me just turn with the hip.
Here's the brutal thought, but my dad told me this when I was younger. Awesome thought. With a driver, you have a knife at your left temple. With a putter, with a wedge, when you're chipping, you have a knife at your right. Don't fall back on the wedges, don't fall back when you're putting, don't fall back when you're chipping. And with a driver, don't charge it. Okay?
All right.
It's really, really simple to understand. But this is a great one because this really helps you stay back on the back foot longer. It's like home run hitters. They're back longer and then it explodes. If I'm here, I'm back here longer and then I move through. If I get to that front foot early, it's like a baseball player. They think it's a fastball and it ends up being a changeup. They get to their front foot and they realize, uh-oh, the ball's still over there. The pitcher's got you. You're just swinging with your arms at that point. They can beat their hands to the golf ball and the club to the ball two ways, okay? One being laterally, not just rotationally, okay?
Okay.
So it's important for you not to beat your hands laterally. That's why those low shots were kind of low little cutty ones,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my. The high pipe right there, just dead straight. Get this from behind back here, Kev.
A bit like a move that Brian Stark does really well, and like Rory, like the little, I guess like a little more squat into the ground, like better sequencing where you're able to explode. And I just feel like my lower body movement could be better on my balance, so that's kind of why I want to.
Awesome. What I tell my players is this: when you turn back here, when this hip gets to its deepest point, you simply want to rotate in a way that doesn't let the right knee and the right hip get any closer to the golf ball. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll just, get the bag stand up against you, which we've all seen that drill before. So I'm putting this up against your right hip. Turn the right hip back into this as much as you want to the top. Now, how do you rotate in a way that doesn't let this get closer to the golf ball on the way down? You see what I'm saying? Do you feel that?
Yeah.
That's constant rotation. And, so to me...
So feel like your right hip doesn't get closer to the ball.
Absolutely, as you rotate.
Like it stays on the same point in this alignment rod?
That
like
would exactly right.
Okay, I see.
How about this one? I think it was Tom Watson who said, he rotates with his right knee behind his left as long as possible. Right? I mean, that's a great one. And that's something that I felt a lot when I played, just not letting my right knee move so far in front of my left. I hate that look when people see daylight between their legs right here before impact. It's like I want to see it just...
It's my golf swing you're talking about.
We're getting rid of this move, you guys. We're getting rid of all of that. That's what we're doing. That's a big common move that we see where the butt moves in and forward towards the target and towards the ball. That was really good there. Did you feel it?
Yeah.
That was completely different than the other ones.
I
What'd
just
you
feel like
What'd you
my right knee goes behind my left. Like, that's what I
Absolutely.
feel.
I like the right knee behind the left because it just helps you understand how to not move it forward towards the ball and actually how to keep yourself rotating. That's the key. You still want to keep rotating. I hate watching people trying to stay closed longer. It doesn't need to happen if you do the right thing with this trail hip. I can see that little use of the ground in transition now, and that's all it is. You're in here and you're staying into it to then use the ground through the golf ball. You know, you extend that early and all that power goes up and the arms and hands have to then extend to get to the ball. Nothing good. Okay, you did an awesome job there. Now, after watching thousands of lessons, it's obvious that humans, when we try to hit the golf ball and we try to hit it hard, we don't make the change 100% right away. So when you have something that's a little bit of a bigger move that needs to be worked on, you have to really tone it down. Like, can I show you what I would do? Just for a couple. It's just in transition right here, Danny, watch. You see that? Let me get in there and just watch, nice and slow. And that was me just feeling like I got right in there. Right hip stayed behind the left. Notice what I did beforehand. Trying to be an athlete, not a robot. I think that's something that's important, right? Trying to be an athlete, not a robot. What I mean by that, well, why don't I get in here and feel some rhythm for a minute and just watch the right leg. Behind. Okay, here we go. Still rotating constantly. Okay. To me, just a few of those. You can actually see it. I can feel myself doing it. I can feel my butt staying back. I can feel myself staying over it. Rhythm allows you to make changes. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to say here is more so than using training aids. We will just break down the tempo and get the player doing it slower and more controlled, more connected. And that way they can guarantee that they accomplish what they're trying to. They can feel it. It's really hard in that split-second golf swing to be able to identify with a feeling like that. You know, you can feel like you're doing it a little bit more, but what's a little bit more? This allows the golfer to have a chance to really work at it in a way that they can then build it up. Beautiful, dude. That is so much better right there.
Should I still go at 30%?
I'd like to see it just, yeah, why don't we go at, give me like 60%.
Okay. Maybe 61.
So pretty, dude.
Yeah, it's flush.
So pretty. At Porzak Golf, we take a lot of pride in having developed some of the best and most consistent golf swings on the planet. We do this through simplicity. Our Full Swing Masterclass will take you on a step-by-step, easy-to-understand process on how to get your golf swing better than ever. Join the many before you who've utilized our Full Swing Masterclass to take their games to the next level and beyond.